I'm sometimes told that I'm an old man preaching or complaining. It makes me chuckle. It reminds me of something I hear a lot of youngsters say about blues music, that it's just a bunch of old men complaining. And yeah, I am old, and I do complain sometimes. But you know what? The blues is so much more than that. So let's tackle that question head on. Is the blues just old men moaning about their misfortunes? Sure, a lot of legendary bluesmen, B.B. King, Muddy Waters, Lightnin' Hopkins, were older when they got famous, and their songs often dealt with hardship. But it's not just complaining for the sake of it. Just as I'm not complaining for the sake of it. Blues is about life, every damn part of it. Think about Robert Johnson, the man at the crossroads. He was just 27 when he recorded his greatest hits. He didn't live long enough to be an old man, but he had the blues. His songs like Love in Vain or Hellhound on My Trail, that's not just complaining, that's laying your soul bare for the world to hear. And where did the blues come from? From the plantations, from the juke joints, from the real struggles of African Americans in the Mississippi Delta. It wasn't some hobby. It's not just complaining for the sake of it, it was survival. These weren't just sad songs. They were a way of expressing pain, hope, and yeah, even joy. Sure, some folks think it's all about a little red rooster not crowing or a broken down car that won't start. But when Howlin' Wolf sang about the rooster, he wasn't just talking about him getting old and not functional. He was talking about his whole life being hard without a break. Now let's flip the script. Can a young man have the blues? Do youngsters complain? You bet. Robert Johnson was a young man. So was Buddy Guy when he started out. The blues is about struggle, love, heartbreak, and everything in between. You don't have to be old to feel those things. It's a human experience. If you've loved and lost, if you've been kicked down by life, or even if you've just had one of those days where nothing goes right, congratulations, you've had the blues. And what about that idea that blues came from whorehouse rhythms, designed just to keep customers moving? Yeah, sure, blues and jazz came up in some rough places, brothels, bars, speakeasies, but that doesn't diminish the music. It was about surviving. In those places, the blues was real life set to rhythm. They weren't just trying to keep folks drinking, they were expressing real emotion, bottled up from years of struggle. It's raw, it's gritty, and that's what makes it beautiful. It's not about being polished, it's about being honest. Why do we idolize blues? We can put it this way. Why do we complain so much today? Why is it that these songs, some of them nearly 100 years old, still resonate with us? Well, I'd say is because those complaints lay in the foundation of everything we listen to today. Without the blues, there'd be no rock and roll, no jazz, no modern pop music. The blues is a part of our culture. It's the sound of rebellion, the soundtrack to heartbreak, and it's a reminder that no matter what life throws at you, you're not alone. Someone else has been through it, and they've written a song about it. So, is the blues just old men complaining? Or is it something deeper, something that touches every one of us, young and old alike? Next time you hear a blues song, think about the life in it. Think about the stories behind those notes. And maybe, just maybe, You'll hear something that resonates with you. All right, folks. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you've got your own blues stories to share, drop them in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Remember, life's too short not to sing the blues.